Good morning, everyone. So we will be starting today's session, and today, from yesterday, we have started reading book which is Win Your Inner Battles. That is defeat enemy within and live with purpose. So we were reading about that first is that decision that understand that what inside war is going on and decide what you want to choose. So, we will start reading from that point that let's start now. Let's defeat our fears and let's decide that we lead, not follow. We create, not consume. We stay positive, not negative. We solve problems, not complain. We bring joy, not just crib. We are powerful, not weak. So basically, this is the decision at that point of time that which decision you take and what really you want to do. So let's decide that we have the courage to do whatever we want. Say no to a life that is full of stress, anxiety, pain, hurt, sadness, and embrace a joyous life without fear. So we can very well do it. It is just that our own decision. We feel stuck sometimes in those negative emotions, but it is only we can decide that okay, I need to take this thought and then move out of this situation. You are selling yourself short when you think it is impossible to live fearless life. We believe in the misconception that some people are born leaders, millionaires, and artists. It is not true, and believing this can do more harm than we think. People who are successful and live fulfilling life all learned how to overcome their obstacles. So why they are able to do it? They are all, born with the similar abilities, with a similar brain. It is just that the thought process they have learned and they have adopted certain, lifestyle or habits. So the night Michael Jordan was introduced into the Hall of Fame, he made a powerful statement that emphasized his fearlessness. Limits like fears are often just an illusion. This illustrates Michael Jordan's refusal to be controlled by fear. He sees fear only as illusion, nothing more. Now we must defeat fear because it creates an inner war that hurts our confidence. This can be toxic with too much self doubt. We will never pursue our dreams. Now we understand whenever we have these kind of fears or self doubts or negative emotions, it is harming us a lot. It is like making us stuck in that particular situation. We will become afraid to fail. So instead of chasing our dreams, we get stressful when we face difficulty on the road. We quit too early. We feel anxiety when we think about what awaits us. At the same time, we think what we deserve more and get frustrated when our life lacks that particular thing. So, happiness does not depend on your status or the amount of the money you earn. Instead, happiness is achieved by progress and growth in life. However, when we are always in conflict with ourselves, we never grow. So, this is all about the conflict. These negative emotions, they are creating conflict in our mind. And whenever it is the conflict, what is there? It is definitely reducing our vibrations or frequencies, and the energies are low all the time. And then it is interfering our growth. So every single person who has achieved personal success or happiness has learned how to overcome their obstacles. So this is the common factor, and that's what we are learning in this book. So instead of saying, I am just not that type of person, we must realize that everything in life is a skill. So, this is nothing but a skill that we really need to develop. Now, for any skill to develop, first we need to understand, then we need to adopt it, we need to practice it, and then only we'll be mastering that skill. So we are doing the same by all these our sessions. We are doing the same thing, that reading, then practicing certain practices like meditations, gratitude, affirmation. So this is all we are mastering that skill, and everything that is skill we can learn. So even though we can and should defeat our inner enemy, one of the biggest truths in life is that we cannot have completely fear-free existence. If we want to progress in our life, we must face our fears so that we can grow. It's never-ending process. So everyone has a fear. So fear is like at every point of time, everyone on this earth will face it. But obviously, we really need to, understand what exactly is that fear, face that fear, and overcome. So, what are you afraid of? So, there are many things that author has, given a list. So, just think that what is out of this can I resonate? Or maybe is there anything else which is not mentioned here? Because before we face, first step is awareness. We should be knowing what exactly is the fear. Fear, or this is not just fear, it is about any negative emotion like self doubt, or sometimes anything which you are thinking like stress and anxiety. So, what you are afraid of: ending a relationship, making a decision, being alone, changing your career, failure, losing face, what people think of you. Every person on this planet has the potential to live a good life. And we are all blessed with talents and gifts. I'm not saying, I'm not just saying it to encourage you, but fear stands in a way of pursuing our talents and dreams. It is not the lack of resources that is holding us back, but the lack of confidence. So ultimately, it is within. Why we are not able to move forward sometimes, it is because we have not overcome these inner obstacles. So basically, now we are going to fight that enemy. So we still have 2 minutes more, 2 to 3 minutes, where we will start the next chapter, which is about fight the enemy within. So it starts with a beautiful quote: make sure your worst enemy does not live between your own um, make sure that your most worst enemy doesn't live between your own two ears. So we really need to make sure. So it is nothing but you're inside your brain. That means your thought process. So conquering fear is important, especially now. We live in an interconnected world where the social pressure to conform to the norm is practically demanded from us. Many talented people take their talents with them to the grave because they are afraid to follow their dreams. One of the main reasons is because of what we have learned from other people. From a young age, we are taught to be normal and follow the conventional circle of life, not to stand out, get an education, get a safe job, get married, and buy a house. We believe that it is so important to follow this path that we are terrified to do something else. For example, if you do not like your job, you live with constant stress. This impacts your mood, ambition, and above all, your health. Stress has severe consequences for our body. So it is all about, again, we really want to live very prototype life. We will be afraid of doing something else. And sometimes that's why people accept some things even if they really do not like. But that is again the inner conflict, which is what? Which is creating that turbulence in the mind, the stress, those cortisols, adrenalines, and which is ultimately affecting your body. Most of us spend our lives running from fears. Conquering fear is liberating, and this new freedom will give you the energy to give back to the people you love. The good news is that this is simple skill, but similar to mastering every skill. It takes practice, the right set of tools. Everything starts with one realization that fear is a choice. So here again, This is the choice. You are only taking it. So research shows that 65% of our thoughts are negative, and staying positive in today's world is almost full-time job. This is true. You just have to turn on the TV or open a news app on your smartphone, and you are confronted with fear-inducing messages instantly. We hear that the economy is bad, people are dying, and about companies going bust. The general tone of the news is negative, which I understand. Not everything that happens is pretty, but one thing is certain. The situation we find ourselves in is not because of the external factor. Again, we keep on coming back to the similar point that it is not at all depending on external factors. We do not depend on we do not depend on our circumstances. So why do we let these circumstances influence our lives? Fear of the bad economy, traffic, accidents should not control our actions. After all, we do not control these things. However, we do have control over our actions, and how we respond to the life. So ultimately, it is coming back to how it is up to us to have the right decision, to have the right choice. And with this, we will move on to our next segment. And today it is about our um, guided visualization. So as we are keeping it to the similar theme, we understand that if we want to face or we want to overcome these inner enemy, we really need to know what exactly the things are going on in our mind. So definitely in this visualization, we'll be doing the same. So we start sitting in comfortable position with your spine straight and eyes closed. Start focusing on your breathing. Take a deep breath in, hold for a moment, and slowly exhale. One more time. Deep breath in, hold for a moment, and slowly exhale. With these deep breaths, you are becoming calmer. Continue breathing in same rhythm. And now imagine you're walking through a peaceful forest. The morning sun is shining. The birds are singing. And you arrive at a beautiful mirror standing in the middle of the forest. Walk forward. Look into the mirror. Now, instead of seeing your face, you see words. They may say, I am not enough. I cannot do this. What if I fail? It's not true. These are simply your old beliefs. And now you are gently wiping these words. And as they disappear, new words begin to appear. I am capable. I am learning. I am growing. I choose courage. Feel these words entering in your heart and notice how much light you feel. And mirror now reflects your strongest version, calm, confident, peaceful, purpose driven person. Smile at this version of yourself and know that this person is already within you. Take a deep breath in. Carry this image of your strongest version, which is residing inside you throughout your day. And whenever any doubts, any fear appears, remember this mirror and now you know your true self is always stronger. And as you carry all these qualities of your true self into the present moment, wiggle your toes and fingers, rub your palms, keep it on your eyes and face, and slowly open your eyes with a warm smile on your face. So, as we have visualized that, yes, all these characteristics are there inside of us, in our um, inside us is as one of our strongest version, and that is our true self. But because of all these negative emotions and negativities, it is fogging that higher version of ourselves. So it should be our what I would say, constant efforts that yes, I am working towards my higher version. So today it is about gratitude, this segment, next 10 minutes, and we are going to keep our theme same, what we read. And as we understand that even all these beliefs or all these fears or all these negativities, these are all our enemies, and we really need to win over them. So at the this is just the start of the book. At the end of the book, by that time we'll be reading, we'll be understanding the techniques like how we really, fight with our enemy. But before we fight with our enemy, it is important to know exactly what those fears are, or what those negative thoughts are, or what those stressful, anxious thoughts are. And now we want to fight it, not just, we will have, or rather, I would say, we will win this battle with gratitude. So we really do not want to get frustrated or, add some negativity while releasing all these negative emotions, because again, it is creating negative vibrations, and it is creating lower frequencies and lower vibrations. So what we are going to do is, in today's gratitude segment, in continuation with visualization, as we saw that that mirror where our inner reflection of those thoughts or what chatter is going on. And if it is positive, of course, we really want it, we will again give a gratitude and we'll keep it. But certain sentences that we keep on saying to ourselves, oh, I think this is not possible for me. No, I am not meant for this, or I don't deserve this. So what we'll do is we'll give a lot of gratitude that, okay, I carried you and you protected me This is all about to, protect yourself. But now with gratitude, I release. So we really want to, give the gratitude and release all those things. And again, instead, I want to adopt whatever the new thought is. So today we are going to give gratitude to our inner enemy. That means our inner negative emotion. Here, I mean, the major focus they have made on fear, but it is not just fear. It can be any stressful thought. It can be just that stress of today's day, what is going to be your schedule, or it can be just that anxiety, whether the things will happen right, or it can be some, thoughts which are sometimes the thoughts of impossibilities, or sometimes the thoughts of self-doubt. So any thoughts which are keeping you stuck. So we want to identify today. And what we'll do, we'll identify, then we'll give a gratitude, because up till now you carried those thoughts, protected you, but now with gratitude, with love, we are going to release them. And then I'm going to adapt the new thought process. So before adapting the new thought process, we really need to make that space in our mind. And we'll make that space with gratitude, not with frustration, not with that, oh, by all this time, then I have wasted. I didn't know this. It's okay. This is the right time where you are knowing about this and we are taking action about it. So we'll just open up our journal. We still have some time, and we will be writing that gratitude to our inner enemy. So if someone wants to share, of course, you can share in the chat box, like what were those inner, things that you paid gratitude and then you release them. And of course, the new thought process that we are going to adopt. So we start writing. So we want to write that whatever no longer serves me, I really want to release it with love and gratitude, because there also no negativity to be added. It was there. Now we identify, we know that, okay, they are not helping me, and then I am ready to release. But do that with full of gratitude, because we really want to add good feelings of it. And then whatever is the empty space, we are going to fill it with the new belief system and new thought process and that we are going to do it repetitively. And once we again form that habit or repetition, it will become your lifestyle, or it will be easier for you to follow that kind of thought process. So still we have last 2 to 3 minutes. Let's release with gratitude and love. So if someone wants to share, definitely they can share. So uh, I have given like gratitude to all the stress, all the anxieties, all the negativities, sometimes that I carry, still carry, and all those low moods or I mean, what I would say, low times, and I want to release it with love and gratitude. I'm releasing fear. Yes, it's wonderful. I'm releasing fear with gratitude and love. And when we are giving all that positivity and releasing the negative emotion, we really feel lighter. We want to experience that freedom. And then we can, choose the way, I mean, choose the right thought process, right action, and we can actually design what exactly we want in our life. So we are going to continue this process, and tomorrow the same link, same time, we'll be meeting, reading forward, and learning new skills. Till that time, have a positive day, wonderful day. Bye bye. See you. Thank you so much. Giving gratitude to all self doubts and fears. Yes, we are giving it and we are releasing it, and we'll have the powerful day today. Bye bye. See you.